My leg has been cramped since like 21 kilometers. I'm in so much fucking pain. I don't want to give up real bad.
I know it's been a minute. And to be honest, it's kind of taken me a minute to be able to like properly digest how to talk about this. And there's many reasons why it's complicated, so I kind of want to get into it. A few months back, I ran a marathon in the Arctic Circle, and there's many things that I didn't calculate for. We'd spent 4 days driving up to the Arctic Circle. We definitely did not give ourselves enough time to do this without rushing. To be honest, I forgot a whole bunch of different things that I'd planned for my nutrition. I basically survived off of coffee and then the food that we made in the back of the camper van. Definitely not enough water. Anyway, we get there. I'm extremely nervous. This is my first marathon ever. And it felt funny to a certain extent that my first marathon was here in Tromsø in the Arctic Circle. The race begins at 8 p.m. I get going. I have like my plan, my pace plan. I have all of my nutrition. I kind of tail up with these two other gentlemen who they were a lovely couple, and they go around the world running like marathons together. It's very, very cute. Anyway, they're about the same pace, so I stuck beside them. But if you know me, you know that sometimes, often, most of the time, the way I have things planned don't usually turn out the way I want them to. We'd ran all the way down this like fjord. I'll try to put a map up here so you can check it out. On the way back, we hit the half marathon mark, and I'm excited. I have so much adrenaline in me. I've got a good pace. I feel really, really good. And then it hits. And I get the world's worst cramp in both of my calves. And I'm talking so tight. It's cramping so hard that it's literally lifting my heel because the muscle's so contract. And my mentality takes a nosedive. I'm thinking like, I need to apologize to my partner Sarah for being like such a loser, and like I've let everybody down. Like these are the things that are going through your head when I'm like really, really hard on myself a lot of the time. But I'm still going. And like the idea of quitting never popped into my mind. You can see that even in one of these videos that I took while I was running. The idea kind of like flashes through my brain and then leave. And I'm getting texts from Sarah. And so I have all this lovely support. And I get close to the bridge, which means getting close to the last 10K. So I tell Sarah, like, I have this double leg cramp and it's killing me. And I'm in so much pain. And her mom's like, he needs to eat a banana. Sarah like finds a banana for me. I kind of like see her in passing, and I remember feeling almost like seeing her, and it was like it's like I was in like, you could say, a runner's K-hole. I've heard that term being used quite a bit. I was in like my runner's K-hole and just like seeing her, and she had like the banana, and I remember thinking after that, I was like focusing so hard. I'm just like, just keep running. It's all okay. And usually when I run, I go into this place in the back of my mind where I'm like in autopilot. But it's so hard to do that when the pain just kept bringing me back into my body. These kilometers are dragging on, and I never get cold when I run, and I never understood why people who run marathons have like jackets and like long sleeves with them, because like I'm gonna boil to death if I do that. Well, lo and behold, because I was going so slow for myself, we are still in the Arctic Circle, so it was windy and we're right by the ocean in this fjord. So I started shivering so hard. I couldn't stop, and I'm like, I have to run or else I'm gonna die on this course. Like, again, these are the thoughts that are going through my mind when I'm in this like horrible situation. I get towards the last 4K, and again, the kilometers are dragging on. So at this point, I can see the finish line. I load up the song that I want to listen to for the ending, which was a song by M83. I think My Tears Are Becoming Something. I see the huge thing. I see the Jumbotron. I see the path that's been blocked off into the center of the city. And then off to the right, I see Sarah with this sign. But it says something that I've said to her, and I've had said to me many times, by like my parents and my sister. And sometimes I tell myself this as well. It says, Fuerza mi amor, which means strength, my love. And at this point, I'm running. But I'm like, now I'm running because it's like the last little bit, and I figured might as well just give everything I had. And I was reminding myself, I'm like, I have to give everything I have in this moment, because this is This is a dream that I've had since I was a child. I crossed the finish line, and I'm shivering, and so they pass me one of those thermal blankets, and I see Sarah on the other side of the thing, and she has like this like shine in her eye, this like sparkle, this glow, and I give her a hug over the fence. She listens to the song that I'm listening to, and I'm like, at this point I'm getting really emotional, and I start crying. I'd already started crying multiple times throughout this whole thing. I can't contain it. I'm like thinking of how proud the young Greco would be of me doing this, not only just doing it, but doing it through so much pain, and I had so many good reasons to give up, but I didn't. I meet Sarah at the end of this like blocked off area for the athletes to shut down. I'm so cold, and I can barely move, and Sarah has to like drag me over to like this bench, and we talk there, debrief a bit. I'm like trying to stop myself from crying, and then she has to basically help drag me to the car, and she puts me into the front seat of the car, and we have to crank the heat. She wraps me in our sleeping bags so that I can warm up, and still at that it felt like forever at the time. I'll put a picture up of what that was like. And in the days after that, I spent a lot of time just thinking about who I am, how much I get in my own way all the time. Then we had the rest of our trip, which is a different story. But yeah, I can't put into words how beautiful, how painful, and how incredible the experience was to do it for the first time in that situation with my partner. I feel like I've said everything I want to say. I'll see you in the next one.